Tyreek Hill cleared stance on locker room's rejection after Dolphins predicted to trade WR. Tyreek Hill's 2024 season ended in controversy. He pulled himself from the finale against the Jets and later apologized, fueling trade rumors and raising questions about his role in the locker room. Now, for the first time since joining the Dolphins in 2022, Hill has been left off the team's captain list. Head coach Mike McDaniel made it clear: leadership is earned. And Hill has finally addressed it, not with blame, but with honesty. When asked about the captaincy vote, Hill didn't point fingers or make excuses. He turned the mirror on himself. "It's tough, bro. It's tough," he admitted. "All the thing I'm going to say is money is a crazy thing for a lot of people, man. The comet hangs in the air," a reference to the complex financial pressures and personalities that define the modern NFL. But he quickly pivoted to his core truth. "My job is to be a great father to all of my kids and be the best player I can be and be the best leader I can be for these guys in this locker room, man. I'm going to stand strong on that." His stance on leadership wasn't one of entitlement, but of earned respect. He was asked if he felt he deserved to be a captain again. He answered, "I got to prove myself. This OTA's training camp, I got to prove myself. I got to show up different. The mindset got to be different. I don't feel like I deserve it." This humility speaks volumes. Hill has 11,098 career receiving yards, 82 touchdowns, and 8 Pro Bowl selections. Just a year ago, he was ranked the NFL's top player. In January 2024, during a game against the New York Jets, Tyreek Hill pulled himself out midway, frustrated by the Dolphins' playoff elimination. He later issued a public apology, but whispers of locker room tension continued to circulate. That backdrop fueled speculation when Hill's name was left off the Dolphins' 2025 captain list. Analyst Omar Kelly weighed in, noting, "Some of my peers seem to think the #Dolphins lowered the number of captains to ensure Tyreek Hill didn't make the cut. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick would have gotten more votes," suggesting the decision may have been more about elevating others than excluding Hill. To which head coach Mike McDaniel said, per ESPN, "We were focused on giving the keys to captaincy to guys that had earned it each and every day. That's what speaks to me the most as a football team that knows who it wants to be led by. It softens any perception of locker room rejection, not through denial, but through accountability." The Dolphins announced 6 captains for 2025. Tua Tagovailoa, Alec Ingold, Aaron Brewer, Zach Sealer, Jordan Brooks, and Bradley Chubb. That's fewer than in previous seasons: 8 captains in 2024, 7 in 2023, and 8 in 2022, all of which included Tyreek Hill. This marks the first time since he joined Miami that Hill isn't part of the leadership group. And now, attention turns to what's next: Cheetah's trade, redemption, and fatherhood. There has been growing talk about the possible mid-season trade involving Tyreek Hill. Some of it stems from locker room tension, others from mock trade scenarios and Miami's financial outlook. ESPN's Seth Walder posited that if Miami's season takes a downturn, trading the 31-year-old receiver mid-campaign to maximize the return as soon as possible would be a logical move for a team facing a potential rebuild. The logic is cold: an aging superstar coming off his first sub-1,000 yard season since 2019, a year where he posted 81 receptions for 959 yards and 6 TDs, is a luxury, not a necessity, for a non-contender. Yet, amidst this, Hill's response was not one of defiance, but of introspection. The external prediction of a trade is based on stats and cold, hard logic. But the internal reality, as echoed by GM Chris Greer, paints a different picture. Tyreek has been unbelievable since his wrist surgery. He's been around every day, worked tirelessly. He's 100% invested. Him and Tua are closer than I've ever seen them. The player is being challenged and, in turn, challenging himself to grow. Even with trade rumors swirling, Hill hasn't pushed back with ego or frustration. Instead, he's taken a step back, looked inward, and started to speak more openly about where he is headed, on and off the field. His desire to move forward isn't limited to football. Off the field, Tyreek Hill's personal life has been equally full, shaped by fatherhood and family responsibilities. He is believed to have at least 10 children, including son Trey Love Hill, born in May 2023, and daughter Capri, born in November 2024, with his estranged wife, Keita Vaccaro. The couple filed for divorce in April 2025. Hill has spoken candidly about the challenges of parenting, once admitting how hard it is to balance football with being present for his kids. In a recent interview, he reaffirmed that commitment, saying his job is to be a great father, a great player, and a strong leader for his teammates, values he's determined to stand firm on. For Hill, the 2025 season is no longer about chasing 2,000 yards. It's a more profound journey. It's about proving that a cheetah can evolve, that the fastest man on the field can also learn to be the steadying heartbeat in the huddle, and that true leadership isn't bestowed by a patch, but earned through daily action. The Miami Dolphins entered this season with sky-high expectations, but whispers from behind the scenes shook the foundation of their locker room. Amid predictions swirling that the team could trade superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill, rumors of friction between the cheetah and teammates began to surface. Fans wondered, could the most explosive weapon in football really be pushed out of Miami after transforming the Dolphins' offense into one of the NFL's most feared? And then came the twist, Tyreek Hill himself clearing the air in a way that only he could. The trade prediction that shook Miami. NFL insiders had stirred the pot weeks earlier. With Miami juggling a tight salary cap, there were rumblings that Hill, despite being one of the league's most unstoppable playmakers, might be the odd man out if the Dolphins wanted to reshape their roster. Anonymous sources claimed some inside the locker room weren't thrilled with Hill's outspoken personality and showboating antics, suggesting the team chemistry wasn't as perfect as it appeared on Sundays. The whispers escalated into predictions. Tyreek Hill could be traded before the deadline. For a moment, fans were left stunned. The thought of the Dolphins without Hill, without his speed, his swagger, his electric energy, felt unimaginable. But the louder the rumors grew, the more tension began brewing in Miami's locker room. The locker room's rejection. Reports surfaced that certain Dolphins players privately expressed discomfort with Hill's larger-than-life approach. To some, his confidence bordered on arrogance. Others felt overshadowed by his star power, particularly when national media spotlighted Hill while ignoring role players grinding behind the scenes. But rejection is a strong word. It wasn't that the Dolphins despised Hill. Far from it. It was more subtle, more human. A few teammates questioned whether one man's spotlight was dimming the glow of the collective. And in a league built on brotherhood, even small doubts can grow into locker room divides. The narrative spiraled quickly. A fractured locker room, a superstar at odds with his team, and trade speculation feeding the fire.